Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and today we're doing a breakdown for the linebacker unit. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was at the end of the day, I saw the post. I am working on the Drew Petzing concept video, but for some reason, every time I try to upload it, it keeps getting copyrighted. So I'm trying to figure out workarounds for that because it's hard to talk about concepts without actually showing y'all a video. So I'm trying to figure that out. Um, at the end of the day, if that doesn't work out, I think I'll drop it down into like shorts so that y'all can at the very least see what I'm talking about. Um, but moving forward, we talking about these linebackers. It's a small group. We don't have a lot of people signed. This is going to be an extremely active free agency draft period. We might see some trades. I really think this is going to be an extremely aggressive all season. So let's get to it. First and foremost, number one, we are talking about Jack Campbell. The To me, he's my defensive MVP this year. He's a first team All Pro. He led the team in tackles. He had 5 sacks. I think he was like top three in sacks for the team. Uh, he did everything that we needed him to do. Zone man, he took some crazy matchups this year and didn't drown. So it's one of those things like, all right, that like it's kind of crazy how great that 2023 draft. The people that Brad Holmes actually hit on in that draft are awesome right now. Now with Jack Campbell though, I had to give him an A plus. I'm not going to say he's maxed out his potential, but there's not much else that he can get better at. Like it's one of those things where yeah, he might be able to get better, but to expect him to play better than he did this year is asking a lot. With the level that he's played. That's one. And then two, let's talk about, his age. He's in his prime. He's only 26 years old. So it's like one of those. Well, he's 25, turning 26, right? So he's gonna be 26 going into the next season, in his prime. We need to pay this man. I don't care where they gotta find the money from, but we need to pay him. All right, and he can't be anything less than an A plus. He just can't. It's one of those things like, hey, you're basically the best at your position. You can't be anything less than an A plus. The only thing that he might be able to do better is play a little bit better in man coverage, but that's asking a lot of a 255, 245 pound man. Like, how much better can he do in man versus elite tight ends and receivers? Like at some point we gotta we gotta spread the talent around. Right now, Jack Campbell is the creme de la creme. He is a top he's a top 8 player on his team, top 10, and he deserves it. Um, and that's just how I feel on it. A plus in his prime, gotta love it. Moving forward, we have Derek Barnes. He is 27 years old. He's a jack of all trades. He does everything in this defense. The only thing about the jack of all trades situation is that he definitely is the master of none. He isn't a great pass rusher as a blitzer. He's better at rushing a passer off the edge. He's not an amazing tackler. He's solid at that. In zone, he might be a little below average in zone. And in man, like why is he manned up? Like that's one of them things that we put him in so many positions. It's almost like they think he's like prime Michael Parsons or something. Like, who do you think this man is? Like, we put him in positions to fail, and he doesn't fail as often as you think. It just looks bad when he gives up the play because he's the weak link in the defense, in the coverage. Like, hey, we got a receiver matched up with Derek Barnes. How is he supposed to win that? Oh, hey, we gotta yeah. So essentially, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play zone and not get any pressure, and then he he loses himself in zone coverage. I can't say that he's a great player, right? I think he's a C plus player. He's average on the verge of being above average if he's used better. I truly believe if we were to put him into one role and have him fulfill that role, he would be good in that role. We treat him like he's Michael Parsons, and I don't like it. Stop moving him around like he's like that. Stop doing all that. Like, he has talent. Yes, you're a fan of him, Kelvin Shepard. I understand. But let's not do that. Let's change that up. There's entirely too much going on with Derek Barnes. He's going to be 27 next year, a C plus player. I want to keep him on the team. Glad they re-signed him. But I think this defense would benefit from moving into a 3-4 and just allowing him to rush the passer and drop out into coverage against tackles, because he just, when you send him as a blitzer, he's not as good. But if you look at his pass rushes off the edges, they're pretty decent. So I'm just trying to understand why you want to allow this man to be great at one thing. Y'all give him every role in the world so that he can be average. And I don't like that. But he's a C plus, 27 years old, in next season, and he's a good part of the team. Can't say much about Derek Barnes. You'll see people, you know, from the either end of the spectrum. Some people treat him like he's great. Some people treat him like he's absolute garbage. But at the end of the day, man, like, he has his ups and downs because you're putting him in wild situations, and he's not a great player. You can put an average player in a position to be above average if you just take his strength and put him there. Stop giving him so many roles, right? And that's the whole linebacker room that we have signed, right? So we need linebackers bad. And I really think that Alex Anzalone is probably going to might get paid. Grant Stewart might get paid. Michael Rodriguez might get paid. I want one or two of these players. I want to move to a 4-2-5 defense, which is four defensive linemen, two linebackers, and I would like to get more DBs on the field so we are better in these man situations. I would love a Nick Imamwari or a Kyle Hamilton type, a big slot, a big nickel, a guy that can play those roles to take that other linebacker spot. And I want to rotate three linebackers. That's just me. But I have no clue what they're going to do. I would love that to be the thought process. That way, hey, say we start off in our usual base stuff and all of that good jazz, but once we get our safeties back, once we get Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph back, we already had that safety. We have a guy that's used to playing in the nickel. Is a lot less opportunities for the other team to get like this wild matchup where it's a receiver versus a 250-pound linebacker. You see how it works for Mike McDonald's defense. I want to steal that. I've always felt that way, but we like going out there 4-3 with all these linebackers versus three wide receiver sets all the time. And then we want to wonder why, we can't get off the field on third down because we doing stupid stuff. That's why. All right, and that's just how I feel on it. If I had to choose, I'm picking Malcolm. I feel like he's the best player at the cheapest price in that situation. And then I would get like a late round linebacker and just rock out with what we have. Anzalone might be too much money. Grant, I'll probably pick up Grant too. And then Trevor Nowask, who has like some versatility. He's like a poor man's Derek Barnes. He's a restricted free agent, so he's basically still on the team. Once they offer him that, nobody's going to pay any money to get, Trevor Nowask and pay picks. That just doesn't make sense. So I think as far as the linebacker room in general, what we have is pretty good, but we don't have enough. So we need to add to this particular room. And that's all I feel about it, man. Like, one of the things that I want to ask y'all, do y'all want Alex Anzalone back? And we played the whole season. I think he's gonna be what, 34, 35 next year. Are you gonna pay for that? Do you want to pay big money? He's looking for his final contract. He's not going to take a cheap one. So what do you want in this situation? What do you believe is going to be the case? What do you think is going to happen, and what do you want for Alex Anzalone in our linebacker room? If there's changes to the defense that you want, let me know. All right, let me know in the comment section. Whether it's game day, draft day, or any day in between, it's Lions Live 365. Please like and subscribe. Peace out.